Hello family and friends. We got some mums early in the fall and they've already bloomed, and they're still alive, and we're going to put them around this crepe myrtle because they'll bloom again next summer. See, with mums, they bloom at the end of the summer going into the fall. So what we're going to do here is plant these around this crepe myrtle. Space them out evenly, and when we plant them, we're going to dig the hole twice the size and put in some good garden soil so that the roots move freely and get plenty of nutrients. I'm going to space out 2 of them and get my distance with the handle from the shovel. Okay, now that I know that these 2 are the distance that I want, I'm going to space it out using this shovel all the way around. And I got them pretty much evenly spaced. We're using the Brittany yellow and, let's see, Brittany yellow and Urano orange. Now these here are nice and lush still. I think I'll have to water them going into the winter, into the late fall. I'll just water them, and the moisture from the frost and the dew will suffice. And in zone 7, these are going to thrive and do just fine. So what I'm going to do is dig the hole twice the size on each one of these and get them spaced out nicely. And I have 2 bags of Miracle-Gro garden soil. So with this is 1 cubic foot here. So with this cubic foot of Miracle-Gro garden soil, I have 2 bags of this, so I'll be splitting this into thirds. It's the garden soil. It's good for vegetables and mums. I'll take the pot and put an indentation in the ground, and that gives me a indication of where the plant is. A little indentation. Pick it up like this, swivel it, and dig out the hole. Cut around in a circle. Pop it out. But what I really like to do is edge the bed out. Go around and put a nice edge all the way around, and the soil will smother out the grass that's around the crepe myrtle. This soil is really sandy, so that's why I'm using the garden soil, so that it gets the nutrients they need. So as I dig the holes out, I'm just dropping the mums down in the center of the hole to give me a space reference to start my next hole. Okay, I'm going to go around and dig these holes out and put the mums in place just to check my spacing. Just dropping them in the holes. Okay. As I go around and drop the mums into the holes, just to check my spacing, everything looks pretty good. Now that lumpy soil that's there, I'm going to chop that up on top of the grass that's around this crepe myrtle. I'm going to go through with the weed eater, buzz it down real tight, and dump the soil on top of the grass. So we're going with these 6 mums, Urano orange and Brittany yellow, around this crepe myrtle. Now I have some Miracle-Gro garden soil that I'm going to be using around each of these mums. I have 2 cubic yards, so what I'm going to do is just dump a third of each bag around the mums. The holes are big enough to where I can get soil under the root ball and around it. Now this crepe myrtle has really dark plum colored leaves, and the blooms are pink. That's going to really look nice when that crepe myrtle blooms, and these will look like little bushes around it until they get ready to bloom. Now when the mums bloom, we'll have Brittany yellow and Urano orange around this crepe myrtle. Now before I plant these, I'm going to put an edge around them, edge the bed out so that I know where the grade is and I'll know how deep to plant them. Because I'll be taking the soil and throwing that into the bed and chopping it up to keep the weeds under control. I'm taking the soil that I use and make a dome shape on this bed before I plant the mums. Putting a nice edge on this so that when we put the mulch in, it won't wash out. When I break the clumps up, I'll take out the weeds and other roots. And once I edge this out, I'm going to go back through with the weed eater and sharpen the edge. This looks kind of rough right now, but once I fine tune it with the weed eater, it'll be nice and sharp. And And when I fine tune it, this bed will have a nice dome shape. I'm going to go through and chop up the clumps and get rid of the grass and weeds. Got my claw here. See, once I break up the soil good, I can easily pull the weeds out. I got most of the weeds out. Now to edge this final turn right here, I'll go along the outside, chopping along the perimeter. Then I'll come from the inside at an angle. Pop it up. Then what I do next is chop off all of the soil and get rid of the grass and roots. We're going to put in the Brittany yellow and the Urano orange. Already have them spaced out, and what I'm going to do is pop them out and put in some good garden soil. Now the holes are big enough so that the soil is under the mums and all around the root ball. This is what the Urano orange is going to look like. We had these earlier this fall, and they did really good. And the foliage is still lush, and it's a nice mum. I'm giving them plenty of room to spread out. Got good soil down so that they can thrive. We're using Miracle Grow garden soil, all-purpose soil. Now I'm going to go around and put shake and feed in all the holes. This here adds additional nutrients for the plant for strong roots, lush foliage, and nice blooms. Bigger blooms too. I'm not a salesperson for Miracle Grow or anything. It's just something that I use, and I've been using it, and I really like the results. Now when I plant these, I'm leaving space under the mum. See how I'm able to easily move my hand under here? That allows airflow and moisture won't accumulate there and create rot. This is the Brittany yellow. The Brittany yellow is a bright yellow. I have a couple of blooms left on some of these plants. I'll show you after I'm finished planting, because this is not really focusing in real good. So I'm going to go through and plant this and show you the finished result. Got a few more clumps in here with grass and roots. Going to shake off the soil and get rid of the grass. Then I'm going to go through with my rake and smooth all this out until I get that dome shape. Then we'll put a nice layer of mulch. Now when you're mulching, you don't want to mulch right up to the plant. You want it nice and thin around the plant, and you want a nice layer of mulch, maybe 2 to 3 inches, to set up a barrier so that your weeds don't come back. Now your weeds will come back eventually, but that really slows them down. And also with that mulch in there, when it starts getting hot in the summertime, you don't have to water as much. Let's see, I'm just going to go around, and you see I have this nice edge here. That right there will hold my mulch in, prevent the washout. And we have some of these Brittany yellows are still here. And let's see, that's one of them right there. Look at that. Kind of skimpy looking, but they look really good when they're in full bloom. The Brittany yellow also has nice size blooms. And the Orano orange, there's a few blooms still on this one. Here's a different mum that's the same type, and this is the color that we're going to see in the late summer of next year when they start blooming. So, got this thing finished. I'm happy with it. I just got to go through and step on my few little clumps I have and fine-tune the edge with the weed eater. I'm not going to do that because that's kind of loud on the videos. This edge here will be nice and sharp when I'm finished. And all of this will have that dome shape here. Got out the clumps and the weeds. And the native soil here is sandy. Now, there's very little nutrients in it, but sandy is good if you need something that's drainable. If you need drainable soil, sandy is the way to go. Just add your Miracle-Gro garden soil for the nutrients. Just wanted to get some use out of my mums because we don't want to throw them away when they are spent. I mean, a lot of people do that. But in Zone 7, you can plant them, and they will come back in the late summer. A lot of people affiliate mums well, they're associated with the fall because they're a popular plant in the fall, but they do bloom in the late summer. And these, I'm really looking forward to seeing these bloom, and I'm glad to get this done. It's right at sundown, so that's going to be a wrap for today. And thank you for watching. I just got to do me a cleanup, pick up these pots and my soil bags, and then I'm going to be finished for today. Thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and so that you can get all of our videos, and the notification bell so that you know when they're posted. Enjoy your day.